Today is January 3rd, 2020. It's Friday, and it's about 8:35 p.m. I'm in chronic pain. My bones. Pain feels like it's radiating right from my bone marrow out to my outer bone, right through my muscles, in my arms, my forearms, left and right. Sometimes it moves around it's in my hips as well. And my rear, my ass, my bum, whatever, has been really sore. Sometimes all of it, sometimes it's just the tailbone. Oh, for about a couple of years. I had this really, really bad the first few years. I only had one really good year, decent year, where I finished taking this natural supplement with lemon and water. And then I did some vitamin D supplements, and I was feeling 80% better. It did do some healing, but I was feeling better. The fibromyalgia, 18 out of 18, went down a lot for a short while. My insomnia almost disappeared for about a year. In 2016, until my slip and fall in January 2017. And since my slip and fall, I mean, it was, if I was healthy, that slip and fall would have been nothing. But because I was already sick, I wasn't, there's no cure for Cipro toxicity. So I'm just, new damages continue to come out. Sometimes old ones get better. Sometimes old ones continue to get worse. And I think I'm getting another cold that the family had, that passed around in my sister's family. So this is the third. Well, it's a first cold for 2020, and I had two colds in 2019, and the last one was only a month or so ago. It only lasted 3 weeks, 4 weeks that time. Anyway, I'm in a lot of pain, and it doesn't stop. And I try to distract myself so I can't sleep with this pain. I have other issues, but this one, it's like radiating, it's like pulsating, or it's like, and then it's like, and it does this all day long. And today it was in my left shoulder area and arm, right into the bones, into the joints. And the other days it went into my shoulder as well, here, right to my neck. And then on my other side, in my forearm and my hands. My hands, I mean, this is something that hasn't stopped, but I don't, like, completely, but it calmed down a bit. I'm vitamin D3 deficient, which I have been since Cipro. I never had this problem in my entire life. My bones were actually at the highest, strongest, healthiest level most of my life, if they go back into my history. Never broke a bone in my life. And now, oh my God, I mean, I'm so terrified. I'm so careful. I don't exert myself at all. I'm very cautious. I had one slip and fall in 2017, and all it was I went black ice and I went down on one leg, not on the knee, but just below the knee, and that's it. I still have bone bruise more than 3 years later now. And it's because because I had osteoporosis, osteopenia. I brought my levels back to the lowest normal range for bone density, but I need to get another test because the past year or so, I'm not feeling. I just feel like I'm continuing to decline again, and especially in the summer, I stopped taking vitamin D3 because I was sitting out in the backyard long enough, plenty enough to get the vitamin D3 absorbed. But there's a problem in our body, and even I started the D3 oil-based supplement. I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, as the doctor recommended, and it's not helping. The pain is still moving around. Sometimes it stays in one area for days at a time, and then it moves to my other arm, the forearm, my elbows. For about 2-3 years, they felt like they were on fire in my bones too. That was the first 2-3 years. It was horrific. I was praying to God, especially 7 months out, that he takes me, because I couldn't live like that. Anyway, I'm just keeping a report, but every day, I'm having this pulsating, throbbing pain. I can't sleep. My hips, both hips, feel like they're gonna collapse on each other and just crumble. There was one day when Mark was over, when I got out of bed, I almost collapsed because my hip was so bad. If I stay on one hip too long, I can't even stand up, and I can't walk too far. I usually, when I shop, I won't take a cane or anything, or a walker. I'll just take a cart because I drive. But when I have to do things, I'll take the walker or the cane when I know I'm going to be doing a lot of walking, like at the rally. Anyway, just an update. I think I'm coming down with another cold. Hopefully it won't be that bad, because I don't take any medications. I mean, I've taken penicillin, but it didn't help. And I'm sure the penicillin, the only medication that I would take, really, and I only did that because I had a cold, a really bad cold for like 4 months. And after 2 months, I finally went to the doctor to get a prescription for penicillin. And I had it twice in 2017 in the winter, and it didn't help. It went from November to February, March, like 4 months, maybe more than 4 months, I had a really bad cold. And it was the first time since I got floxed in 2013. My normal health condition is I have 1 or 2 colds a year, for 2-3 weeks, twice a year. And then when I got floxed in 2013, I didn't get 1 single cold for 3 years. And then suddenly, the cold that 3-4 years, and from 2013 to the end of 2017, I got my first bad cold. That went into 2018. And then in 2018, I think it was the fall, winter, a really bad cold again, another 3-4 month cold. And then in 2019, I got another bad one, but it only lasted for about 2 months, but it was bad. And then I got another one in the fall, but it was short. It was like 3 weeks just recently. And now this one. And I hope this one's not going to be long. So for the first 2 colds, I did go for penicillin because they were so long. And I was concerned. And my cough was so bad that I thought I was going to drop dead. I couldn't breathe. And I was passing out. There was a couple of incidents where I could have died not being able to breathe because of the coughing was so bad. Anyway, so hopefully this isn't going to be that bad. The last 2 colds from the end of 2018 didn't seem as bad. So I pray this one that I just started, it seems like it started yesterday, won't be so bad. But the pain, and I don't know, I'm not feeling well. And it's not just because of the cold. I haven't been feeling well since even in the summer, but at least in the summer I was still outside, and I try not to do anything too much. You know, I'll strain myself the odd time, but I'll be very careful. And one problem that I've had since I was floxed in 2013, I can't stretch. Anytime I overstretch, I get an attack, like a Charlie horse, or like my ribs, for instance, feels like my ribs are being pulled in, almost breaking, and the muscles, Charlie horse, the muscles to the bones. I mean, it's crazy right through my body. You know, whatever I do, whether I stretch my leg, my arm, I do have, I found this in my medical record. I have soft tissue tendon disorder disease. That's just one. I'm pre-diabetic, type 1, or type 2. I have liver disease, fibrosis, and I probably had it for several years, actually, because I finally had the first liver scan, special liver ultrasound, and I had liver issues right after Cipro, and it's declined, of course. Liver. I had kidney damage too, but I managed to somehow heal that after 2 years. Lots of lemon and water, Colvita, collagen, and vitamin C, and then for a few months I did vitamin D3 at 10,000, even 50,000 milligrams for maybe 2-3 months. My doctor actually announced, that was in 2015, she announced that she cannot believe that my blood work came back clean for my kidneys, that I healed my kidneys, because she knows what I was doing. Because I told her, I'm not there to see you to get any pain pills or any medications or anything like that. I'm there to find out what my damages are so that I can heal it naturally myself. So she worked with me, and she's one of the doctors. I put her in the doctor database, who actually started sending me on these tests, and she suspected, she believed, she definitely said, I'm so sorry that you had an allergy reaction to Cipro. And a doctor that she sent me to, who is a complete body doctor in a big institute, he confirmed that indeed he believes that all my damages are from Cipro, and that there's no cure, as he saw in the medical database that he was accessing, that all doctors access, actually. And as I told him and gave him all the researches when I went to visit him, he confirmed everything that I said is factual, and that indeed there is no cure. And he still gave some recommendations, although he knows I was against any kind of medications. I think I'm going to go back and see him, because maybe I'm ready to maybe do the swim therapy, you know, to get a little bit more active. I don't know. Just, I think it's hard to go on like this. I'm getting older, and I've been floxed for the last 7 years. Well, I've been poisoned at least 7-8 years now. And I want a life, you know, like, I can't live with this pain, even though it's not close to what it was for the first 2-3 years. I don't want this. I just can't go on like this. And to always buy supplements, you know, like, money's been very tight. You know, I can't get my business up and going. And, oh my God. Anyway, I'm not going to go on anymore. A lot of floxies are going through what I'm going through. I'm not saying I'm the only one. We might have different damages, you know. Like, I have the retina, basically the soft tissue tendon disorder disease. It links with the retina detachment that I was experiencing, umbilical cord hernia, partial tendon ruptures in both my biceps and shoulders, and that was almost immediate, right after taking 9 Cipro pills. Umbilical cord hernia was almost immediate too, like within days or within a week. And then the arthritis was immediate. I mean, I was one of the few that had immediate reactions. Actually, my first adverse reaction was that my eyes went crisscross, double vision. It locked, and double vision and pain. And that night, I also developed, out of the blue, I was sleeping 8 hours a day my whole adult life. And after one Cipro XL pill, within a couple of hours, when I went to try to go to sleep, I couldn't sleep. I was sleeping pivotal 1 to 2 minutes at a time for a total of 20 minutes a night. And that continued for almost 2 years. And then it slowly, well, I was slowly from almost 2 years. And then slowly I started sleeping 2 hours, another few months because of the my treatment that I was doing. And then whatever treatment I was doing, it had active live cells. So even after I stopped the treatment, the active life cells are in your body and active for up to six months, maybe even up to a year. So I continued to improve, and my sleep, I eventually in 2016 got my 8 hours of sleep back. I couldn't believe it, but that was short-lived, and I went back to 2 hours, 3 hours, but some of that was pain. And then after the fall, 8 months in, my hair started falling out again like it did at the beginning. I started getting pain. My heart palpitations started again. I had almost 1 year of feeling almost normal. But I wasn't, but I was feeling like the pain threshold went down a lot. My fibro was 18 out of 18, Anyway, okay, so that's it. Just giving it a report. I'm not feeling very well these months, like summer months to now, and I feel my pain is getting worse. And getting worse meaning that the pain is staying all day, even night, sometimes 2-3 days at a time now. And plus, the pain is escalated even more. I mean, the pain was there, but it's to the point where I'm like saying, please stop, please, it's distracting me. So anyway, I want to wish everybody a happy 2020 New Year's, and I wish everyone healing from this day forth. That's what I tell Floxies and everyone else. I wish that they have good health, prosperity, and just be vigilant so you don't lose your health. Because with your health, you lose everything else. You lose your finances, you lose friends, you even lose family sometimes. In my case, I'm a little fortunate. I don't have a big family in Canada, but my family, majority of them support me, thank God. And friends, well, I didn't have too many because I was always very busy, in business and, working in roles and doing my side jobs like electronic repairs. So I was always busy, but I do have friends, and I still talk to them annually, and I started losing some of them, but when they started realizing that there are some facts to what I'm saying, and, with all the updates that are happening worldwide, and then realizing that they were almost prescribed the same medication, fluoroquinolone, that I may have saved them from the same destiny that I am in. Anyway, so wish everyone the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and, love life, because I still love life, and I still feel optimistic that I'll have that 1 year come back sometime soon again. Maybe I'll never be 100%, but 80% I'm happy with if I can achieve that.